You're listening to the Broadway Podcast Network. Visit bpn.fm to discover more.
Hello, I'm Jesse McAnally.
And I'm Andrew DeWolf.
And I'm Liz Eston.
And I'm Brianna Jones.
And welcome to Musicals with Cheese, a podcast where I try to get Andrew, Liz, and Bree to like musical theater. And as always, there's been no change. Bree, you've always been our producer for the last, 60 episods, right?
Yeah, I've been here.
Yeah. How did you like...
Stolen valor.
I really wanted to try to do this bit, but nah. When you came back for Mamma Mia, the joke was we pretended you never left, and I don't think we could do this. Join us in welcoming our former producer and one of the loveliest human beings on the planet, who is an incredible audio specialist, video specialist, and everything under the sun, and a very true good friend, not like one of those fake friends you see on this podcast. It's Brianna Jones.
Thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
This is probably huge for all the fans because they probably were like, "Oh, they probably hate each other now." That's why it all went down.
Yeah, I think
nah,
there is
there's
rumors.
No lore here. There's no lore here.
Yeah, there's no lore.
There really is no lore behind the Musicals with Cheese nonsense.
No.
We're
Bree and I don't have a rivalry or anything. It's
oh no.
Although I would love art of you guys fighting Mortal Kombat style.
Oh my god.
Oh,
gruesome.
I would wonder who would win.
Bree.
No.
Yeah, it's definitely Bree.
I can't even do a push-up.
Bree, how tall are you?
I'm 5'5".
Okay, I'm slightly taller than you.
You're significantly taller.
Sure.
Yeah.
I stand next to Bree, and I feel like I got my little buddy. And I stand next to Liz, and I'm like, oh, you're almost taller than me. And Liz, you're like mostly leg, where Bree is like...
My torso's a penny compared to the rest of everything.
You know what's really funny is that I have like more torso than legs. So we're kind of opposite here.
You know, if you and I started a Frankenstein idea, we could build like one functioning human being between the two of them.
Oh shit, with like the superhuman.
So make fan art of that.
Would you take Liz's small torso and my small legs, or
the long legs and the long torso?
And the long legs and long torso.
Yes.
You make both.
Oh, both. So a short Liz Bree and a tall Liz Bree.
You know what? We're all being way too nice to each other because we gotta be mean. This is our time to be real mean to each other because we're revisiting something. If we go back to the past and play the shitty games that suck ass, one of the first episodes that Bree was a real big active participant in was our original Mean Girls the Musical episode. You were very excited about that. You watched the musical. You were very involved in it. And I've re-listened to this episode recently. Did you give it a listen?
You know what? I should have, but I definitely did not. I don't like to listen to myself, so.
That's fair. It is a very good episode.
Same.
We have a lot of good critiques in it. And you dive into your high school experience where a camera crew visited your school and like documented your football team. Yes.
Oh my god, they did do that. I mean, they did do that, but I'm not this episode. Let's not talk about it.
Yes, go back to our original Mean Girls episode. But this week, we are talking about the brand new 2024 film, Mean Girls. Cue the music.
It's a cautionary tale of fear and lust and pride based on actual events where people die.
No one died, but how far would you go to be popular and hot? Would you resist temptation?
No, you would not. Just admit it sometimes. Mean is what you are. Mean is easier than nice. And though mean can take you far, maybe this will make you think twice.
Spin, clicker, Fosse.
This is a cautionary tale about corruption and betrayal.
I'm getting hit by a bus.
You can buy integrity at the mall. It's not for sale. Truth. This is a cautionary
So Mean Girls is a film directed by Samantha Jane and Arturo Perez Jr., which, as a side note, these people look like fucking babies. And the fact that they're directing a movie really personally insults me. It was written, once again, by Tina Fey, with music and lyrics by Nell Benjamin and Jeff Richmond. Based on the film Mean Girls from 2004, as well as the 2018 musical Mean Girls by Jeff Richmond, Nell Benjamin, and Tina Fey. And all of that is based on a book called Queen Bees and Wannabes by Rosalind Wiseman, but no one actually has ever read that book, and if you had, you lie. The Mean Girls was originally set for a streaming-only release on Paramount Plus, but was switched to a theatrical release on September of 2023 after positive test scores. The film had its world premiere in New York City on January 8th, 2024, and was released in the United States on January 12th by Paramount Pictures. The plot of Mean Girls is Katie Heron is a hit with the Plastics, an A-list girl clique at her new school, but everything changes when she makes mistakes of falling in love with Aaron Samuels, the ex-boyfriend of Alpha Plastic Regina George. All right, so... I thought this movie was going to suck so hard. I was convinced.
I feel like I heard bad things. I
only heard awful things going into this.
I did
It
too.
wasn't that bad.
It was
No, not at all.
It was fine.
There was
It
a lot of
really
stuff I
was.
didn't like. Like, there was some weird stuff that... I think especially near the end, where they
Yeah.
decided that they wanted to just reference themselves over and over, and I don't know. It was a
Yeah.
bit weird. But
does
I
lose
think for the
wind
most
near the
part,
end.
Yeah.
there was a lot of good stuff in here, though. It wasn't exactly... I mean, it's not even close to the worst musical movie we've seen in the past year.
Yeah.
No. And it's one of the rare ones that I think is an improvement on the staged source material by a good amount. Because if you remember our Mean Girls episode, Brie, none of us fucking liked that musical.
We didn't? Oh my God. Yeah.
We were
Boy.
very
Were we mean? Were we
anti
catty
Mean
and
Girls.
crass?
We were catty, crass, and mean towards Mean Girls. But we had actually good criticisms. I guess it was back in the days when we actually thought about what we wanted to say before we said it. Those days are
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
Long gone.
But Andrew and Liz, I am curious of your opinions first, because Brie and I, we saw this movie in the theater together. Like, we sat next to each other, we held hands, we sang together. It was lovely. But I want to hear your guys' opinions of the film. Liz, you're first, because I literally have not spoken to you about this.
Yeah, true. I saw it in theaters a while ago. I dragged my boyfriend with me, so I didn't go to the movies alone for once with this podcast. So we're getting better. Shout out to my boyfriend for going to see Mean Girls.
Thanks, boyfriend, for going to
Thanks,
see Mean Girls.
boyfriend.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. But yeah, I'm a fan of the stage show.
Yikes, bro. You admit that on Maine?
Oh, what a take.
Yeah, I know it's a take. I know,
How dare
I
you
know a lot
like
of people,
something?
I know a lot of people dislike it, but it's fun and stupid, and I enjoy it.
That's
Like,
fine.
it's a fun thing to listen to sometimes when I'm bored. Like, whatever.
I
Don't
do like the
judge.
music. I agree with you there. Like, the music is fun.
The stage show isn't great, but the music's fun. And so going into this, my expectations were down to the floor, and I was like, it's pretty good. I didn't mind it. I mean, it wasn't like it was. I agree with Jess. It did improve some things from the stage show, but I have my gripes with it, based on varying types of things.
And I feel like most people who like the stage show are the ones that have the gripes, and people that were kind of negative to ambivalent about it are the ones that kind of prefer the movie.
Yeah,
But
I
Andrew, what
actually
about
kind of prefer the movie a little
I-
bit, but despite my gripes, but there are still gripes.
Fair enough. And now, Andrew, what did you think of the film?
I thought it was pretty decent. I do like the staging. Well, I guess not the staging. The way they
Choreography.
film some of the songs, the choreography, the way they film some of the songs. And it's not every song, but there's some in particular that are like very stylized that I thought were pretty fun, and stuff that you couldn't do on stage as well, which is cool. I think I've been thinking about it, and I think I'm just also not a fan of this story at all. I have not watched the original movie, but I feel like I wouldn't like that. I hate all the characters. Which maybe this is one of those things where you're supposed to hate all the characters, but I don't feel like it's framed that way. Like I don't think you're supposed to, but I kind of just think everyone sucks.
Yeah, I can see that.
Well,
Yeah.
Bree, you're the big Mean Girls. Like, you love the first Mean Girls film a lot.
Yeah, I actually just watched it again the other day on VHS, by the way.
Oh my!
Oh shit!
Was it a pink VHS?
No, it was not.
That's
Damn. Wasted opportunity.
Dude, missed opportunity.
Missed opportunity.
It's only for Barbie.
And I really like the... You're right, Andrew. It is only for Barbie. I actually really do like the original Mean Girls movie. When I watched the musical, and I don't know if it's the musical movie, I don't know if like because they, typical stage show is closer to like 3 hours. I feel like this movie was so rushed. I feel like I didn't get to know any of the characters, any of their motives. And like I almost needed to know the source material coming into this film.
Yes. On one hand, I completely agree. I don't know how newbies will feel about. Well, I know how Andrew feels about it, but maybe that's part of the reason why Andrew didn't like any of the characters is because we didn't have big character moments because we replaced it with big musical numbers.
Mm-hmm. I also heard the critique that people would forget to act while they were singing. And I didn't see that, but I heard that one.
That's very wrong.
Maybe
Yeah, I was
Angori
like, oh.
Rice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Oh, that poor
girl. Let's talk about the good still.
Yeah.
Are we all agreed that Renee Rapp as Regina George is a fucking revelation?
Life-changing shit.
Absolutely. She is
So good.
mother.
She's
Yes.
mother.
She's
Bowden.
mother.
And I know she's sick about this, but seeing a woman that looks like her in a movie as like a main character, not that she's like she's just very strong looking. Like if you take notice during like the Santa Claus scene, like one of her legs is the size of Angori Rice, and she looks like she could break me over her back. Like she is.
Well, I know
so
what Jess was thinking about.
Well,
Well, you've joined Twitter. You've joined the countless tweets of people that want Renee Rapp to break their backs.
Yes. I want Renee Rapp to punch me in the face and all these things, and I would say
You
thank
mean
her.
Jess's alt accounts?
Yeah.
Which-
just as many alt accounts dedicated to Renee Rapp.
Well, those are actual lines from the original Mean Girls film, where it's like Regina George punched me in the face, and I loved it. I didn't buy that with Rachel McAdams. I would 100% buy that from Renee Rapp.
Absolutely.
I love Rachel McAdams as an actress. I think she's a very talented actress. But her Regina George is very much like 90s comedy mode, where it's like big and bubbly and like, oh, so you agree, like you look pretty. And I really like Renee Rapp's interpretation of actual supervillain Regina George, where she's like, so you agree, you look pretty. Like, it's just very understated, calm. It's more scary, more intimidating, and more like, oh my God, this woman could kill me than the other one. I felt no actual tension from Regina George in the original film. I felt deep fear of Regina in this film. I don't know if that's just a me thing.
No, you're right. Yeah.
It's whereas do we want to talk about the rest of the cast of the other plastics?
What
Is
is
there
there
anything
to
to
say?
say?
Yeah, what's there to say?
They like cut them from the movie.
Yeah,
They
more or
cut
less.
their section from
Yeah.
a song entirely. So like,
I feel like in the musical they had like more numbers and there was a bit of
Yes.
development for those two
Yeah.
characters.
Yeah.
Nope.
They
Well,
There was
tried.
nothing here.
well,
They
what's wrong with me is
tried.
longer in the original. They cut it to 2 verses in the movie, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's not
Because they realized that they could have cut it entirely.
Yeah.
Like this
But
character
BB
doesn't
Wood didn't
matter.
have a song then, so they had to put it in somewhere.
I also felt
Yeah.
like her song came out of nowhere. I was like,
Literally.
oh, she's singing. Okay.
My boyfriend felt the exact same. I looked at him and was like, what's happening?
I was like,
well,
I
she
didn't expect
she
that.
doesn't have any. She doesn't have any moments before that, so you don't expect her to be
Yeah.
a character that has a song. It's like if like a background character just like suddenly stepped forward and just started singing. It's like
That literally happens in this movie.
Yeah.
That literally happens at the end of this movie.
Because, oh God. Well, I guess that means we have to talk about Angourie Rice, which that is a good transition to.
Thank you.
She's bad, right? She's not particularly good in this movie. And I'm not sure it's the vocal performance or anything like that. Let's talk about the stage show. And a lot of people are being a little unfair in comparison. And I re-listened to our episode, and I'm able to... they're bringing up a critique that I specifically had when I did record the episode. So I said in the Mean Girls musical that the character of Katie was not like Lindsay Lohan's kind of more calm, demure, like quieter. And she's much more antsy, ticky, like she's much closer to Kimmy Schmidt than Lindsay Lohan. Which was Erica Henningsen's performance choice. I didn't think it worked. I don't think it works in the musical. And so for the movie, they decided to have Angourie Rice, who is playing something much more muted, much closer to what Lindsay Lohan was doing in the film. And I like that choice for this story. I don't think Angourie Rice really plays this. She doesn't have the voice for this musical. And it's one thing if you do a Hugh Jackman and it's like, you don't have the voice for this? Well, sing Bring 'Em Home anyway. Good luck, bro. And the creatives actively knowing she can't do it. So they cut every verse to every song, replace her opening number with a much calmer, less difficult to sing song, and take her one big number at the end and give it to a random stranger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was my biggest critique about Katie in this, in the musical movie, was that like all the songs are so boring. Everything she sings is so boring.
And the one time she tries to put energy into a line, it gets memed for days.
Yeah.
And as Tina Fey refers to us as fucking Broadway cunts, her words, not mine, t-shirts on sale now. You know what? That line's fine. I feel like y'all are picking on her. It is no worse than any other line in it. And the framing of her in that shot is just as stylized and a big swing as any of the other songs in this movie. The fact that y'all are picking on it for that, it really is nonsense to me.
Yeah.
And yes, y'all are being Broadway
What line
cunts.
are we talking about? Because I feel like
I can't even watch when
loop.
she touches his hair, but I watched a snake eat a cow.
No, I can't even watch when she touches his hair. And I watched a snake eat a cow.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that is a dumb lyric, at least.
It is.
It's
Yeah,
a dumb,
they're all dumb.
Yeah.
They're all dumb.
I think it was specifically the framing of the shot.
Yeah,
It's
it
the
was the
framing of
frame
the
of the
shot.
shot.
The vocal,
Yeah.
the vocal nonsense being done on her voice, which there is a good amount. Let's not be that guy, but there was a good amount of vocal stuff being played around with. But that's not on everyone. Like everyone, even people that we know can sing, like like Renee Rapp. She has some vocal assistance done through a computer and all that. And that is not inherently a bad thing. It's just a thing. So I feel like people are picking on the wrong things with that performance. And no, it's not the fault of the audio help. It's the fact that she was wrong for the role to begin with, and we should stop picking on her and blame the people that forced her into the role. Is she anyone, Angourie Rice? I had no idea who she was. I know she's Australian.
She's in the MCU. She's
As
in the
who?
Spider-Man movies. Yes, she plays Betty.
She's that girl?
Yes, that's her.
Oh, okay. good
She's
for
also
her.
in this movie that I watched a while ago called Every Day, where she plays a character who falls in love with a nebulous, genderless being that is in a new body every day.
You can tell me that's Aaron Samuel's backstory, and I believe you.
Yeah. Oh, God, not him.
So the love
Aaron.
story, which is the main crux of this movie, has it ever worked? I brought up in our first episode that she is not a character, or Aaron Samuels is not a character, he's a cipher. And it's slightly less true here, but only slightly, because he just has cute hair.
Yeah. Well, also, I feel like he was cast because he's on a hit Amazon show that teens like a lot. I also watched this show, so I am guilty of it. I love this show. It's The Summer I Turned Pretty on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
He plays like the main love interest, the bad boy love interest between the two options, because this is a YA book adaptation. So, like, I feel like he was cast for that reason, and he can't sing
So they cut all his songs.
Yeah. Well, no, I actually heard a story. He didn't want to do it because there was singing, and then they called him back saying, "Hey, we cut all the singing. Will you come back and audition?" And that's why he got cast.
Yeah. Good for him. Good for him.
Good for you, Chris Briney.
So with all that, I think the direction of this film is good. I think there's very intentional stylistic choices being done here, specifically with aspect ratio. They're playing with aspect ratio, lighting, and colors to make you know very clearly when we are in song world and when we are in the real world, which makes the songs supplement the story without taking away from the narrative development. However, that means when we're not in song world, the school kind of looks like Auschwitz because they desaturate the colors to shit, and it just looks like a miserable place to be.
I mean, to be fair,
Yeah.
it is an American school.
I think the party scene was fun. They incorporated a lot of editing with making it look like TikTok and all these different videos. That was a fun scene. Was it the best?
I think that entire party scene from what is the song called? Sexy.
Sexy.
To Someone Gets Hurt. That is, as I use this phrase a lot, when those moments are happening, there is nowhere else I'd rather be than right there. Because the sexy scene is they turned what is kind of a dumb number into a motif and reference to the telephone song from Bye Bye Birdie. And I thought that was really smart and cool. I thought it was neat. I took effort.
Yeah.
And then
it's one of my favorite songs.
It was your favorite song in the first episode.
One of my favorite songs. Yeah.
My favorite song is Someone Gets Hurt. So
that's a good one.
That scene fucking slapped.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
And both of them being next to each other, it's just a joyous moment in movie musicals. And Brie, when you're in the theater, I remember just turning next to you and you are full on dancing and singing to Sexy along with the actress on screen. It was wonderful.
Listen, I will sometimes just randomly put that song on and bother Jake with it all the time. I can't be who I want to be and sexy.
I was about to say, Jake was looking dead-eyed into the screen, not feeling anything during that scene. And I was wondering why, and now I know.
Because he hears the song all the time.
Oh, it's that song. Got it.
At least it's a new version.
Oh, yes. There is some line changes in there. Who cares? People are I can't believe they replaced Rosa Parks with Joan of Arc. They're like, you're afraid to be racist?
They replaced a civil rights leader with a 12-year-old who died via stake. So
she also fought in the army. I don't know.
Oh.
Tina Fey struggles with her own humor, and I brought this up in the first episode. She doesn't like being told when she's wrong, and I think her fighting back against the quote-unquote Broadway cunts is just her being classic Tina Fey. And we shouldn't get angry about it because it's kind of funny at this point. You know what else is probably kind of funny? The critics' opinions on this. It's time for our favorite segment of the show, Reviews. Oh, you got actual reviews. Look at this.
Yeah, I went to the fucking New York Times, motherfucker.
It's time for previews. It's time for previews.
So we have the New York Times review. Get In Loser. Regina George is Back by Manola Dargis.
That's no Ben
Brantley.
That's not Ben Brantley.
Who's the other guy?
Jesse Green.
Jesse Green. I guess.
Well, this is
they
for
don't
movies.
do movies.
This is a film.
Yeah, they don't do movies.
Yeah, he would be
I wonder
lost
if they
at a movie
consulted
theater.
each other. He'd be like, "What do we do here? Where's the balcony?"
I'm
Is there
sorry.
intermission?
I need to take 2 poops before this.
You don't take 2 poops before a movie.
You just poop in the seats if you're at a fucking
No,
Regal.
you poop in your Dune popcorn bucket.
Oh, well, you do other things than Dune popcorn bucket.
Yeah.
All right. In making the transition from stage to screen, the filmmakers have cut many of the show's songs by Jeff Richmond and Neil Benjamin. The remaining tunes blur together with the exception of Meet the Plastics and World Burn. Regina's character-defining Lungbusters. Nothing if not a showboater, she enters in black fetish wear for plastics, belting it out with such old-school diva command that she smacks the movie awake. She doesn't have the nuance of Rachel McAdams, who played the role in the 2004 film, but rap gives the character oomph and swagger. The dominatrix light getup helps.
Sounds like they
And
were just
when
horny
Regina-
for Renee Rapp. Can
I mean,
relate.
most of the reviews are I'm horny for Renee Rapp, but I can't say that explicitly, so I must go around it.
You know who definitely would go around it very well? Ben Brantley.
When Regina howls, "I don't care who you are," you readily believe her. All right.
I think that's enough there.
Yeah.
We don't need to read more.
I think that's
second-
enough.
The second paragraph is like, Katie's fine, but Regina's better.
Like that's just like the New York Times putting horny on Maine there.
Yeah.
The dominatrix light. I believe her.
I believe her.
All right, Liz, are you ready for our second part where Andrew and Liz are going head to head? Oh, sorry,
No, I
Andrew,
made the game.
Andrew and Bree are going head to head in the letterbox game where they have to.
I made it. I would win.
Yes, you would win. So Bree, do you remember how to play the letterbox game?
Of course I do.
Well, in case you're new here, we are going to read real Letterboxd reviews from the Mean Girls movie on Letterboxd, and they're either 1-star or 5-star reviews. And Andrew and Bree have to guess whether they're a 1-star or 5-star just by the review alone. Bree, actually, Liz, you get on Bree's team. Andrew, you and I. I feel like I don't work
As it
with you
should
enough.
be. This is a Mean Girls movie.
Oh, yeah.
We have to stick together.
I thought the whole point of the movie is girls don't stick together.
They do at the end. It just takes
Yeah.
them a while.
Oh, it takes them a very long
Yeah,
time.
Bree
yes.
and I fought prior to this, and now we're free.
Yeah, the fan art's out there.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Are you ready, Bree?
Yes.
Mommy? Sorry. Mommy?
5 stars.
Correct.
All right. Andrew, you ready?
I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
Please, Regina, eat me.
You can't put your own reviews in here, Jess.
Eat me,
5
mommy.
stars.
That is correct. All right, Liz.
All right, Bree, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a lesbian.
What?
5 stars.
Correct. I'm not a lesbian, by the way. But
Sure. Wait.
Mom, this is not me coming out.
It's me coming in. Andrew.
Uh-huh. I'm ready.
Passive-aggressive girls.
That is the entire movie, yes.
I think some of them are active-aggressive. Someone got hit by a bus.
Someone did get hit by a bus.
That wasn't on purpose. Unless, are you trying to say that was a bus intentional?
I think there's like a Saltburn kind of situation going on here where Katie's like sucking Regina's cum out of the bathtub and trying to get her to die.
I thought you were gonna say they were gonna say the bus driver has his own movie.
All right, I'm going to go with 1 star.
That is correct. Well, you guys haven't seen Saltburn, the worst film that ever got nominated for like awards?
I haven't seen it yet.
I
It's-
started it, but I didn't
It's
finish it.
Garbo. It's hot Garbo.
I want to give it I'm gonna give it a chance.
Watch The Talented Mr. Ripley. That's actually a good movie, and it's got
I
the
have
same
seen
plot.
that already.
Okay, then you've seen
All
Saltburn.
right, Tommy.
All right. Okay, you ready, Bree?
Yes.
Americans are so weird.
1 star.
Correct.
Andrew.
Oh, did Andrew get a point in the last
Uh-huh.
round?
Yeah, you did.
Yes.
Safe to say, I came out of the cinema 10 times gayer.
5 stars.
That is a 1-star, Andrew. I'm sorry. Gay is bad,
what the
apparently.
hell?
It's-
It's bad to be gay, but also I am? That doesn't make any sense.
You
I
can
don't
be
write
horny.
these. I just find them.
You can be horny while still hate the material.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like criticizing the writing of your porn. I don't believe stepmom would do this. I don't emotionally believe.
God.
Jess is revealing a lot about himself this
Really
episode.
a lot about Jess today.
You're just like an open book when I come on the show.
Okay, Brie.
Mm-hmm.
Lesbian boobs. Renee Rapp.
Sounds like 5 stars to me.
That is a 5. Yes.
Hell yeah.
That's the name of my autobiography. Andrew.
Yep.
Didn't cry.
Achievement that they're proud of. They expected to cry. We're gonna go with 1 star.
That is incorrect. That was a 5.
Damn.
Brie's kicking your ass today, Andrew.
Brie's
Like
doing very-
hardcore.
I know. She's the Mean Girls expert. I'm not. You know, like I don't have the skills for this.
Are you saying you're smart in podcasts but stupid in Mean Girls?
He doesn't get it.
Man, stop trying to make fetch happen, Andrew.
Sorry.
All right. Smart with math, but stupid with love. A STEM girl anthem.
I'm gonna go 1 star.
Correct.
I think
Channeling
she's cheating.
I know, I'm channeling my inner mean girl, okay?
All right, Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty Woman can make you love anything.
This sounds like a bot posted it. Pretty Woman can make you love anything. Click
was-
my link.
$5.99. Big
$5.99.
toddies. You show your bobs.
Stepmom.
Why are you with Godson?
Can I go with 5 stars?
That is correct.
Okay, good. I got one.
All right, Brie. You ready?
Yes.
Shein girl.
1 star.
That's a 5.
Really?
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's shocking because I did hear a lot of critique that like the clothes they were wearing looked like they were from Shein.
Which I honestly was fine with.
What does
because
Shein
they're-
mean?
Oh, Shein is like a knockoff clothes, like a website that's like for cheap ass clothes.
Yeah, like
yeah,
really,
the
really
costumes
cheap
did look
clothes.
cheap.
Yeah. Which honestly, I didn't mind it, but you know.
People were pretty disappointed, I think, because it's Mean Girls and it's like you could have been like the original outfits were so iconic
Yeah.
that they should have
Mhm.
taken, liberty, like creative liberty there and made them like really good when it kind of looked like they just ordered them off from this like cheap website.
They ordered from Temu.
Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
yeah, pretty much, but just for clothes.
All right. Last one, Andrew. Holding back my urge to be mean.
1 star.
That is correct. Bree, that still makes you the winner of reviews, your namesake game that we have here. Good job.
Yay!
10 out of 10. And Andrew, you are forever the loser. Give your crown to Bree.
You know, if I had a game named after me, I'd probably win it every time too. I mean, just throwing that out there. When's and reviews?
Andrew Voos.
End review.
End review. Well, since you
That's
gave
your
me a
you-
crown, I'm breaking off pieces and giving it to all of you because we're all winners here.
I see
is the dumbest-
stars, so many stars at night. You all make
Jess starts
diamond
singing it.
stars.
So just singing already.
Well, no, you gotta have the random person not involved in the plot sing the main song that ends the movie.
She doesn't have a name.
Great choices made all around. Speaking of great choices, let's talk about the great choice of joining us at Patreon in this mid-show announcement. Hey guys! Sorry to interrupt you in the middle of the show, but we've got to let you. Today's show is brought to you by the extremely kind donations by our donors over at Patreon. Andrew, what's Patreon and what's going on over there?
Oh man, Patreon's where you can go if you want to give us a little bit of money and also help, keep the show running with it. And also, you get extra content. I mean, that's like the main reason you would actually go is you get more stuff. You can also request episodes and things like that. So there's a lot of cool stuff up there.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff. Me and Liz just started back up. We're doing Has Been Hotel over there, which is pretty neat. I don't like the show so far, but maybe I'll be wrong later. I'm often right and wrong occasionally. Also, we have a full commentary on Angels in the Outfield. Bree, you and I did a full commentary on a random episode of Little Mermaid the series where they were experimenting on crabs. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
What a wild time we had there.
That felt like I was on drugs when we did that.
We also have some letters from our very kind people over on Spotify. Do we want to hear some of those? In response to our Disney's Wish review, Vibrant the Squid said, there's a musical that's not a lot of people know about, but me and my friend discovered it today. It's epic. It's Greek mythology musical. We've heard about this a lot. It's not finished yet. Wait till it's finished before you start requesting it to us. I just wanted to address that really quick. Also, in our response to our Wicked trailer response, Charlotte Boyle said, I'm surprised you didn't mention this, but when I saw the teaser and they changed the iconic Gravity riff, some added riff, I turned to my mom and thought we just said, oh no, let's pray it's not Cats 2019. A lot of people brought up the riff. Didn't really feel like I had to say anything about it. Wasn't that big a deal. Everyone does their own version of the riff. As well, we have a brand new review on Apple Podcast. You're going to love this, Andrew.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
This was one sent to me by the one and only Alan Seals, just to let us know how loved we are. This is from Ben the Folk Singer via Apple Podcast. 1 star, moronic. Main host is the only one who prepares. It seems like someone didn't read the premise of our show.
Yeah, I think the point of the show is if you
It's to set you up to ask me questions. It doesn't work if you have nothing to ask me.
It's okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
and that's fine. No one has to like this show. In fact, after next week's episode, I'm pretty sure there'll be a lot more 1-star reviews.
No one's gonna like this show.
Yeah, we're gonna die.
Yeah. So enjoy us while we're here. Our current patrons are Danielle Renix, Jessica Stampede, Ewan Cassidy, Monica Thoreau, Brent Black, Nathaniel Stacey Coombe, Joseph Evans Green, Mary Lou Choquette, John Vanals, Russ Walker, Musical Hell, Emily Gracie, Kyle Summers, Janae C, Scootin' the Technicolor Dreamcoat, Nothing is Certain Except Beth and Taxes, Desbian, Robert Benjamin, Jessica T, Mitchell Young, Chai Teacup, Chris Marcotte, Kiji Marie Anastasio, Trevi Joseph, RJ Noriga, Julia McLennan, Bjorn Hermans, Toriana Frazier, Sammy The Adequate Amount, Jacobson, Kaylee Blazier, Cinemageddon Reviews, Villainous Miss, Sophiana Ali, The Omega Geek, Paige Pearson, Maddie Warkle, Lisa Erdman, Anna Loskatova, Sarah Den Blekier, Evan Ball, Zachary Torres, Maura Morasso, Mara Forloin, Lisa L, Possessed Washing Machine, Puffy Boy, Sydney Hicks, Anna Beal, Billy Clifton, Gold-Plated Kiki Mora, Julia Balls Dear Daughter, Hut, Mutt, Butt, and Emma. They all give us a little financial support that helps us keep the lights on here, Musicals with Cheese. All right, let's get back to the show. So these songs, right? There's not that many, but we have a new one, and I think we should start with the one specifically written for the movie, and that is What Ifs, sung by Katie.
I used to think I would spend every second I have right where my story began. I'd be happy here every day, month, year of my life. But now I'm wishing for whatever comes after goodbye on every star in the sky. And I'm dreaming of what I could become. This is where home will be, as long as my lungs can breathe. But my heart is dying to leave, 'cause I know there's more to me. I don't wanna live with what ifs, might haves, could have been if I had only tried, not held back. Oh no, that's not a part of my plan. That's not the me that
way, you in the audience will have just heard a clip of that, and I don't think I've heard a less enthused performance from a singer since Russell Crowe.
I was gonna say since Timothy Chalamet.
Oh yes, it's Timothy
Oh
Chalamet.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's chocolate, and there's chocolate. Only Wonka's makes your confidence skyrocket.
Oh my god. What is with people not giving a shit when they're the lead role in a fucking musical movie at this point?
They're not singers, and they don't want to. They don't want to be singing.
Like the way she delivers it, I'm not even exaggerating. It is, I don't want to live with what ifs, mine as could have been if I only try not get back. It just sounds like she's reading it off the notes app of her phone while just on her way to work.
The backing vocals are more enthusiastic.
Yes.
True, they are.
It makes me wonder,
Does
was
this
this...
song add anything either? Like,
No.
does this even need to be here? I feel like it's not even a good I Want song or anything because
Nope.
it doesn't tell us anything about what her story's actually going to be. I honestly feel like
does.
Stupid with Love does a better job of that.
Well, let's talk about that one in the same kind of talk.
When I was 9, I fell in love. This Peace Corps guy. I waited hours inside his tent with flowers, which made him laugh, which made me cry. By 13 I gave up trying. I decided I would be a mathematician, 'cause math is real. I memorized a lot of pi because addition and subtraction and division would never make me feel so stupid with love. I didn't get it somehow. Smart with math but stupid with love. I didn't get it till now. So thank you, math, for being there to bring me joy. And thank you, math, 'cause now you brought me this cute boy. He's like someone from TV. He's like that guy who gives out roses to those women. His clothes, his grooming, and he's a foot away from me with swoopy hair and shiny eyes that I can swim in. He's like been in the room, and I'm stupid with love. I wanna get it, but how? Smart with math, but stupid with love. I wanna get it, I didn't get it till now.
Everyone on the TikToks were making fun of this, specifically in comparison to one line where they'd compare the original stage show to the movie in their delivery. So in Stupid with Love, there's a famous line, I'm astounded and nonplussed, I'm filled with calculus, and in the Broadway version, it sounds like this.
I'm astounded and nonplussed. I am filled with calculus. Does this guy work out? He must. I'll sweaty at the gym.
And in the movie, she's
Yeah.
like, I'm astounded and nonplussed. I am filled with calculus. It's like so effective in describing the different energies. I don't mind it that much in this song. It kind of
Really?
It
Really?
feels more dreamy here. It feels they are trying to make it work. They're trying to adjust to her skills, which I don't think they did as much for What Ifs. What Ifs feels like it should be a big, passionate song, and this should feel like a little bit dreamy, a little out of world, where I feel like that kind of mellow voice lends itself, especially in the orchestration they're deciding to choose for this song. Liz is making a face like you're a fucking idiot, Jess.
I don't know. My issue with it is that line is idiotic as fuck, and I admit
Yes.
that as a fan of that song. That line is dumb as shit, but because
Yes.
of the first one, it goes so quick. It's like, oh, she's excited. She's saying dumb shit.
Yes.
It's like, when you say it really slow, you can think about what she's saying, and it's even dumber. Like, there's the line, like, my favorite line in Super Love is he's live and in the room. It's like, oh, a cute boy, cool, I'll take him. Like, it's a very low standard moment, but it's like, oh, they sing that fast, but it's like, oh, that's good. And then they sing this one so slow that you hear every word. Like, calculus is too slow. That is a dumbass phrase. We should not sing it so slowly.
I think I agree. I feel like What If is supposed to be like a much bigger number, and it's just very like, I was listening to the album before we started recording, and I was like, I got to the second song, I was like, damn, this is boring. Like, I'm so bored. I am so bored. And she does like a couple like little like fun runs in there, kind of with the play, like with their words and everything. But I was just like, yeah, no, not for me. And then I kind of like agree with you, like Stupid with Love. I can see it because she's sitting in a classroom, like it's a little dreamy. You know, she's really shy, I would say. And I feel like the song can be like a little like Stupid with Love. Like she's just kind of like being like in her shell a little bit, but I don't know.
I think I did end up liking this song because of the ending, though, where she almost gets hit by a bus.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was a big fan of that.
Also, I will say I have listened to this song like I listen to sometimes I listen to the movie soundtrack like before my work shift opens, and honestly, this song's kind of been growing on me the past week or so. I'm like, I dig the vibe. I just think the calculus thing is like, you should have just cut it. You should have just fucking cut it.
Yeah.
Well, like they cut specific lines in the next song I want to talk about, Apex Predator.
Like a lioness, only with less fur. Do not mess with her.
She's the apex predator.
At the watering hole, see the girls who weren't nice had to scatter like mice from a jungle cat. And your Janice is great. She does not have this power. People literally cower. Janice can't do that.
See her mark her territory as they follow in a train. They were victims in their stories. Now they shake their mane.
She's the queen of beasts, and you're in her pride. You have hitched a ride with the apex predator.
Well, not only that, they reused lines from the out-of-town tryouts of Mean Girls and replaced the Broadway lines.
Ooh.
And people, like, I remember people that were in the current tour of Mean Girls, seeing the movie and just trying to mouth along the lyrics, and then they get to that point where they're like, oh no. What is this? We haven't brought up Damien, which I think is important for 3 out of the 4 of us, considering for a brief period we were in the same room with that man. Do you recall this,
Yeah.
Andrew? Yeah.
Was he the one that got sick?
Yes.
Yes, that was him.
Oh, no.
Jess
Jack
smelled
Wheel-
so bad he had to leave.
Yes. You said Jesse smelled
true.
so bad he had to leave and to go get sick off stage.
It was kind of weird. It was like mid
Opening number.
mid song. Yeah, it was the opening number, like right in the middle of it, and he's just like walks off the stage and everything stops, and it's just like, and I was like, Jess, did you fart?
He did not look well. Like he got through the opening number, then at the end of the opening, he sits down, and you could just tell something was wrong, and he left.
This was a strange loop.
Yes. And and we got his understudy, who was wonderful. But watching this, all I could think about was, man, we got a whole one scene with him, and he gave up.
Because Jess farted.
Yeah, because
How much were those fucking tickets? You
Not-
got 4 tickets near the front row on like as we were walking
funny
into the
you should
theater.
mention. I
He
have the
bought
tickets
them.
right here. I can
Oh,
tell
you
you
do?
the exact
Tickets.
number.
I don't have.
$199 each.
Oh,
Jesus
wow.
Christ,
Jess.
you're insane.
Which musical was this?
A strange loop.
Okay.
Just bought them for the wrong day, and I was leaving the next day, so we couldn't even use them.
Oh my god.
They're like,
So I just
I
went
had
up
to
the
put an
orchestra.
editor's note in the Broadway Con vlog that's like, by the way, Jess did get a refund for the first tickets. He
I
doesn't
did.
mention that in his voiceover, but he did.
I did get a refund, but I bought it for the wrong day. Me and Andrew and Miranda and Becca were going to see Beetlejuice the next day, so we couldn't even see A Strange Loop the next day on the day that I bought the tickets. So I refunded them from Today Dix. Thank God I actually bought like the insurance. That was a smart move on me. And at Today Dix, I paid like $70 per seat, and they were like in the nosebleed balconies. So I went up to the guy and I was like, any 4 seats together. And he's like, you want orchestra? I was like, You bet your ass I want orchestra.
Yeah, we were so close.
This man dropped $800 fucking as we walked into the theater.
And we had a wonderful experience. And a strange loop never had a bootleg leak. It never had a pro shot, and it didn't tour. I have no regrets about that.
It was damn good.
It was
Yes.
very
And
good. I would recommend.
We got to see Damien get sick on us.
Yeah.
I
New
spent
Damien.
$800 for the the actor who played Damien to vomit on stage and run away.
He's clearly better now because he was
He's doing great. But Apex Predator, he's great in this song. They're both great in this song. They replaced the lyrics with the lyrics from the Out of Town tryouts, but they give the lines that are supposed to be Katie's to Damien and Janice, so they don't make sense anymore. Like the original line, it builds up to like Katie discovering like, oh, she's not safe, and it's like, did I think I'd be protected by my new exotic pet? And she's like, Janice can't do that. And now it's just Damien be like, do not think you'll be protected by your new exotic pet. Not a chance if she suspected you were any reproductive threat. Like, it's no longer her talking about her own situation. It's these people narrating her situation in the hypothetical.
She loses her agency entirely because of her, because they cut her from this one song, and now she's less interesting. Like, it's a gravity effect for the rest of her character. It's ridiculous.
Do you think that they just they didn't think she would be good in that part?
100%.
Singing this part of the song?
Yeah.
I wonder if it was the studio pushing this actress onto them, because they were able to have a lot of these people are Broadway royalty. Renee Rapp, while a famous pop star now, got their start on Broadway playing Regina, as well. Jaquil Spivey, did I say that right?
I think so.
As Damien Broadway, Moana as Janice Broadway. Like, there's very talented people, and then we got this girl. Spider-Man girl.
Yeah.
And I think this song
It's a weird choice.
Visually works. Like, the thing is, the things that work really work. That it frustrates me when they kind of half-ass things, like that actress's performance.
I think she's good in other things. I do want to clarify that. I've seen her in other things.
Yeah.
She's good. Like,
Yeah.
she was just given dog shit to work with, and she didn't have the vocal ability.
Well,
So,
no, she was
not
given
her fault.
a hand to fail. It's Russell Crowe and Les Mis. You were given this hand. Well, I can say that Russell Crowe did try his best. His best was just not good enough.
Sad.
Do we want to talk about Sexy as well? I know we kind of brought it up earlier. Do we have more to say about that song?
It's a full-time gig, looking like what people wanna see. Once a year I'm not, I dress up and dream big, disguised as someone else who is not me, but it's still hot. I can be who I wanna be and sexy. I can be who I wanna be and hot. Don't like who you are, then hit that costume shop. Rock a new and different sexy look. Why be so downhearted? Blast some trashy pop and drop it to this hot and sexy hook. I can be who I wanna be and sexy. I can be who I wanna be and hot. Be somebody new. Do a total transformation. Animal or mineral too, or even vegetation. I give you sexy corn.
I like the stage show vocalist better. I'll say that.
Well, when we got up in the theater, you were convinced that the stage show vocalist was used.
No, I was and then I went and listened to it in the car and I was like, oh no, absolutely not. But I don't know if it was like the song was in my head and I was just like listening to the song in my head and not.
You were singing along and you were convinced that you were the original vocalist.
Yeah.
Honestly, though. No, but I was convinced because I don't know. It just sounded like there was a lot more like backup vocals in the actual movie than there was like in the song on Spotify, but I don't know. Probably not.
No.
I was probably drunk. But
No, you're I've listened to that album sober multiple times. all the songs have that problem because the movie version is better than the actual soundtrack version.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So it wasn't crazy.
You're not nuts. The soundtrack version is like underproduced in some quantities. So
That's weird that they wouldn't just use the song that they put into the movie.
yeah, because like you'll know, there's like this one part in Revenge Party where there's a live take of her singing, of Katie singing a line is different than the one in the soundtrack where she sounds like dog shit. And in the movie, she sounds better. So it's like, why don't you?
That's bizarre.
It's so weird.
They do that a lot. Like, if you listen to the Rocky Horror Picture Show soundtrack, there's like live singing that sounds good, and then the studio recording that sounds like dog shit in the album.
Yeah.
It's wild and confuses me. Let's talk about World Burn.
I will grind you to the sand beneath my loot and heel. This is what I get for helping someone lame fit in. Keep the air and enjoy your temporary win. My name is Regina George. This girl is a fugly cow. Hey, Katie, how you like me now? I wanna watch the world burn. I brought the gasoline. I wanna watch the world burn and everyone get me. I wanna watch the world burn. I got the gasoline. I wanna watch the world burn and everyone get me.
This scene is where they're like, stylistically, let's go full horror movie, and it works so well. And Renee Rapp's performance, it's so understated, so low energy in the best ways. Like, it feels very different. It makes me forget how dumb it is that they have to justify having a burn book by saying that their phone stopped working for a week.
Well, I mean, it's what is it? In the original movie in 2004, it would probably make more sense to have a book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's just like, why would you not just post this on Twitter or something?
Yeah, or have like an alt account.
Yeah.
Yeah, whereas I like the fact that instead of like making photocopies like she does in the stage show and the original film, she just drops it in the hallway, which is like enough, you know? It will spread if you just put it out there.
Yeah, also, what teenager nowadays knows how to make fucking photocopies?
God,
So I'm thinking about it right now, and are all three of the songs that Regina sings by herself, do they do this like that like slow down like effect and then the lights go dark?
yes.
I feel like they do that in the one where she comes in. They do that in the one where she steals the boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they do that one here as well.
They
I
do.
can't remember.
Yeah.
It's a little
Okay.
different because she starts in like red and then it becomes dark when she goes to school.
That's like a cool effect, and I think that kind of helps with everyone loves
Mhm.
this character in this movie in particular. And
Yeah.
maybe partly because they did something like that.
Well, there has now been a new interpretation of this story by audiences where if you look at the original film, without question, Lindsay Lohan's Katie is the main character, the protagonist, the one everyone relates to. She is the center of the poster. And the marketing of this film, as well as everything else, frames Regina as the center focus of this story. And people are now saying, no, Regina is the main character of this story. She's the one that matters. And I'm like, I didn't get it until I saw this movie. I'm like, oh, I get it. I get it
Yeah.
now.
It doesn't really make sense with her as a protagonist though, and I still don't think she is a protagonist, but I could see why the marketing would make it look that way. I don't know. You definitely don't follow her through the story in any real way though.
We kind of do. She's the only one that gets like a proper like, here's what I plan to do songs. Aside from Revenge Party with ensembles, Like,
Well, I was
she's
just
the
gonna
only
say
one.
Revenge Party.
She's the only one with like real proper solos.
Yeah, it's kind of like they're both competing for protagonist spot because I feel like they're both there. It's just maybe we side with Regina more because she's more interesting of a character.
I also
and
think
she is the best character because she is just outright evil in a cast of people who are only kind of evil.
What were you about to say, Brie?
I also think like I think anybody you put up against kind of Renee Rapp in a way, like they're kind of going to be overshadowed. Like she's a star, she's a performer, she's a singer. Like I don't know. I just feel like anybody like they needed another big personality almost to go up against Regina Renee if they were going to not have Regina George be like the main character.
Who do you think could have stood up and brought that kind of energy?
That's a good question. I don't know, honestly.
Okay, wild take. Probably may not work in the all time, but I can see it in my head. Zendaya as Katie.
I mean, Zendaya can sing.
She can sing, she can perform, she can play the nerd, she can play the popular, she can swap coding like that, and she also has star power and quality, and she looks young. She looks young enough to fit among these people.
That's the part that tripped me up. I was like, young, like who looks young? But I could definitely see Zendaya doing it because I think she can. You're right, like she can play the nerdy type, but she can also be very sexy.
Mm-hmm.
So, and she can sing.
Yeah, like I can't think of anyone else like that because I don't keep up with the youngins.
I can't think of anyone besides like maybe like a Lola Tongue, but I don't think she could pull it off either. So.
Maybe a Stephanie Hsu. Like she just got nominated for an Oscar, but maybe she's a little too old.
She's a little too old. She played a high schooler too long in For Be More Chill. So
yeah. Well, I guess there's only one last song I really want to talk about, and it's just gonna be brief. I'd Rather Be Me is a song I hated on stage. I really fucking hated it on stage, and I kind of liked it here.
We're supposed to all be ladies and be nurturing and care. Is that really fair? Boys get to fight, we have to share. Here's the way that turns out. We always understand how to slap someone down with our underhand. So here's my right finger to how girls should behave. 'Cause sometimes what's meant to break you makes you brave. So I will not act all innocent, I won't fake apologize. Let's just fight and then make up, not tell these lies. Let's call our damage even, clean the slate till it's like new. It's a new life for me, where I'd rather be me. I'd rather be me than be with you. I'll say no, I'll say knock it off with your notes and your rules and your games. And those sycophants who follow you, I'll remember all their names. And when they drag you down like they inevitably do, I will not laugh along with them and approve their pal is cool, 'cause that's not me.
It also ends with a bus crash. I appreciated that we didn't just stop to do the yelling at each other scene from the movie, and then we just kind of ended the song with a bus crash.
Iconic.
I think most songs should end with a bus accident.
If I've learned anything today is you guys love bus crashes.
Andrew, bus crash.
I love this type of bus crash where it's like the silent killer that's like when the bus isn't on screen, it's completely dead silent, and then the second it enters frame,
I will say I hate oh my god, I do hate that they kind of they specifically say it in the beginning of the movie or of the stage show and of the song. They're like, it ends with a bus crash.
And getting hit by a bus.
Yeah, like I kind of hate that, but
they ruined it.
They did.
Yeah.
I mean, just let us be surprised.
They foreshadowed it too. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, when Katie almost got hit by the bus earlier.
On that note, what is our overall thoughts on Mean Girls, the movie, the musical, the movie, and our cheese ratings? Andrew, why don't you start us off?
All right. I wish I remembered the stage show better because then I could actually say if I preferred this. But I feel like I probably preferred this. I don't remember all of my opinions about the stage show, but this is a little more streamlined. I think a bit shorter. I'm usually a fan of that. I know that, and I definitely like what they did with Regina's songs in the staging of everything and the buses. The buses, excellent. Like shades of Final Destination. You remember that scene where she like steps off the sidewalk and the silent killer bus hits her? Oh,
Oh yeah.
masterful. And anything that's anywhere close to that, I love it. I hate every fucking character here though. They all suck, and I think it's because I'm too old for high schoolers. I'm an old man now. High schoolers are miserable. And I fucking hate them, and I don't want anything to do with them. They are all pieces of shit who need to grow the fuck up.
You know what? I'm very grateful that you're saying things like I hate fucking high schoolers. Keep them away from me, because a lot of folks our age are still like, "Hey, what you doing, girl?"
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Absolutely
Ew.
not. Absolutely not. That's
Ugh.
disgusting.
It is fucking gross.
Boo.
Well, yeah. It's gross for multiple reasons, but one of them is that why would you want to be near high schoolers? Holy fuck. The fuck's wrong with you?
It's what like in high school, you knew that girl that was dating a 27-year-old.
I didn't know that
I
person,
didn't.
but I
I
am
didn't
sure that
either.
they existed.
You
'Cause
just did you?
Yeah, because a girl was trying to get her boyfriend in, and they didn't allow people over 21 because they could bring booze in. So he was like 27 and he couldn't go to prom.
Ew. That's gross.
Yeah.
Ew.
That is fucking
Vile.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Yeah. High school is
Why would
gross.
you invite him to prom? What the
Because I love him, Daddy.
Oh
God.
god, someone said daddy. Ugh. Oh god.
He's in a band and it's called Phil Diaper, and I promise you he's gonna be a big star and you're gonna be really sorry.
His
Are
name
you
is
seriously referencing fucking Diary of a Wimpy Kid, you fuck?
is his name fucking Roderick?
We all know Roderick would date high schoolers in his late 20s.
Oh my god.
Roderick is dating a high
Roderick
schooler.
is-
I'm pretty
does-
sure that's canon.
Roderick is in high school.
I mean, he's not going to be in high school forever. The wimpy
He
kid has to
probably
become a
will.
wimpy
He's not
adult.
that smart in the books.
You know what? Why didn't we put Roderick in this movie? He's the one driving
in
the
a-
bus.
Maybe he is driving the bus. We don't know.
True.
Okay.
All right,
I
Andrew,
have to
your
give
cheese
it,
rating.
I have to give a cheese rating.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a high school cafeteria cheese pizza.
Ooh, gross.
You know, the ones that's like a little bit too hard, like they didn't thaw it properly or something. I don't even know.
Gonna make me throw up. God, yeah, high school sucks. Bree, you're next.
Okay. I'm with Andrew. I don't necessarily remember the stage show very well. One, it was so
forgot.
long
All
ago. And two, I don't know if it was that good.
You did not like it.
Then I didn't.
That's why we can't remember it.
That's why, yeah, exactly. If I don't like something, out of the brain. Don't keep negative
You,
thoughts.
you don't just harp on it for years and make it your entire brand.
You don't commit everything to memory when you hate it.
Yeah.
Nope. But I say go see Mean Girls. It's fun. The songs are good. You'll laugh. You know, it's good. It's fine. You know, I give it a thumbs up and a pink prosecco cheese.
That's also a really good rating. Liz, how about you?
The ironic thing is, I've actually seen this show live in my lifetime, and I still don't remember it.
Oh my god.
I've
Are you
seen
guys-
it. I saw it on Broadway in 2019.
We all have memory
and I
loss. It's
forgot the
horrendous.
actual stage show itself. The only thing I remember is a time where Taylor Lautman and Erica Henningsen actually break during a scene. And
Like
that's
actual
all
break and not fake break?
An actual real life break they weren't supposed to do. It was a dramatic ass scene. and they still broke.
See, that's
So
fun.
that's
I
all
like those.
That was a fun moment. That's all I remember. I like the movie. It's pretty good. I think the music's really well made, and Renee Rapp is solid. I think Katie suffers a lot because of just little things they did. Also, cutting Where Do You Belong is bullshit. I know we didn't mention that, but why did they cut Where Do You Belong? It needs to be there.
No, I disagree. Pacing wise, we'll slow down that opening.
I know, but like even like a quarter of it, just like anything. Come on. Give me a little
Tina
bit.
Fey almost sings it
Yeah,
during
I
the
know.
assembly.
I know. If you look at Renee Rapp's face during that scene, she makes a really funny fucking expression. But I enjoyed it. It's a fun time. I didn't hate it as much as I thought. So I'm gonna give it a nice cafeteria cheeseburger. It's like a little cold, but it's enjoyable enough.
Whereas none of you
Cost
picked
you a
cheese
ton.
fries because Regina literally eats cheese fries in the movie.
Yeah. I thought
Well,
about it.
We're
I
saving
generally
it for
forgot
you.
about the cheese fries thing. Well, now you can take it.
No,
Guys, the musicals with cheese studio is built with a lead foundation, so
where does it
definitely
lead?
not affecting our brains
We
at
have
all.
no memory.
I love the idea that you're making it seem like we have a studio. I don't know why that tickles me so
We're
much.
all in the same room, I promise.
We are always in the same room.
Yeah.
Yeah, me
It's
and
always been in the same room.
me and Andrew sleep in
Yeah.
the same beds every night.
I got to sleep in a different room. That they let me do that.
Yeah, and right now Bree's having the sleepover. We're gonna have a cuddle puddle tonight. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah.
They kept me locked up for like 2.5 years that I was on here, guys.
Yeah.
Like,
And then they locked
just in the
me
same-
up.
We fed her lead paint chips. You forget Mean Girls.
And they're like, all right, go in. All right, now that you know you're here, go in Bree's cage. I'm like, okay.
Change the newspapers, then go in.
Yeah. Bree leaves a note. Help.
My cheese rating is help.
She's ready to
She's
help
rating his
me.
help.
So oh God. You know what? God damn it, Jess.
Oh no, he said his own name.
I did. So I was just gonna go because you guys said I should pick cheese fries, and I look back at what I put for the original Mean Girls, and
Those cheese fries.
my cheese rating is whatever. I'm getting cheese fries, so I guess I have to stick by that.
Yeah.
So you have the same opinion on this as you do on the stage show?
I guess I do. Andrew did not gave it a Scazamorza cheese, and Brie, do you remember what your cheese rating was?
Hell no.
It was porn parody of cheeses.
All right.
That doesn't even make sense.
So,
I'm sure it made sense at the
In
time.
context, it made sense.
Yeah,
Probably.
context it probably made.
parody of cheeses.
Yeah. I like this movie a lot. I wonder if I am a little adjusted to it based on expectations. I expected it to be dog shit. It was not dog shit, so I was like, oh, pretty good. It was all right. That's my cheese rating and my thoughts. Bree, thank you for joining us again. I know we like doing the bit of like you never left, but it is truly a joy to spend time with you, and seeing this movie with you and Jake was probably one of the highlights of the last couple of weeks for me, and I truly love spending time with you, and I hope I get to do it again sometime.
Let's go see another musical.
Yeah, is there any other musicals coming out this year?
Wicked.
Oh, God. Ugh. Thank you guys for listening. Please follow us on iTunes and Spotify at Musicals with Cheese and leave us a little review there. Answer whatever questions it poses to you. You know what? Just answer whatever. What's your cheese rating, fuckers? Follow us on Twitter at Cheesy Musicals. We're on Patreon at Musicals with Cheese, Instagram Musicals with Cheese, YouTube page Musicals with Cheese, Patreon only podcast, Patreon with Cheese. Me and Liz are currently covering Has Been Hotel. I think it kind of blows so far. Email
I
us
like it.
whatever. Enjoy your wrong opinions, Liz. We'll argue about it more. Email us at musicaltheaterlives@gmail.com. Our keeper of the cheese is Juliet Antonio. This show is edited by Andrew DeWolf. And Bree, I think he's doing a pretty good job. He's made it much more memey, and it's a lot of fun.
I'm so proud of you.
Every time we bring up Doug Walker, he plays the Nostalgia Critic theme. It's great.
Oh my god.
Thank you to the Broadway Podcast Network for having us on the platform and for not kicking us off for What Are You Doing, Stepmommy? Renee Rapp.
Oh my god.
Step on me, stepmommy, Renee Rapp.
She's gonna file a restraining order against us now.
Yeah, no, not against us, against me. She knows who's to blame here. Anything else we have left to say? Bree, anything you have to promote or anything like that? You got an album coming out?
No, I don't have an album coming out, but I love you all, and thank you so much for having me.
You are welcome back anytime, and this was a good time.
Thanks
Andrew,
for coming back on,
Thanks for coming
especially
back,
after
Bree.
Grease 2.
Bree, how do you live in the cage?
You know, you just have to photosynthesize, you know, hair.
Ah, that's my problem. I need to photosynthesis.
Yeah.
Get back in the cage, you two! Back in there. We'll see you next time on Musicals with Cheese. This is modern feminism talking. I expect to run the world in shoes I cannot walk in. I can be who I wanna be and say